Hello everyone and welcome to a new tutorial about the Yamaha MODX Montage. I would be very happy if you subscribed, and maybe you can also click the bell so you won't miss any of the upcoming videos. Under another video I found a comment asking whether it is possible to transpose the keyboard without using the Shift key. This is indeed possible, but not so simple and only for fixed values. I can do this using the Assign 1 and Assign 2 buttons. And there, set a transpose position each time, select it however you like. And how that works I will show you now. For this I have prepared something, namely here twice the same piano sound. The first one goes up to G3 and the second one continues from GB3. I will transpose one using the Assign button and the other manually, and then I will show you that it has really been done, just like that, without anything else. In the two parts you can clearly see where the transition occurred at the G, so there was no cheating or anything like that. First I will do the following. I will transpose the second piano up by a half step. I have shown you how to do this in another video, but you can see it here as well. And then we will also hear that it sounds a bit off. Now I want to do the same with the first sound, specifically using the Assign button. For this I go into the sound, into the edit menu, click on pitch. Then I click on node shift and see that the control Assign button is lit. Then I press the button and can specify the Assign 1 button. Now we see that Assign switch 1 is routed to destination 13, in this case pitch. Normally I have the standard preset with the corresponding information here for curve type. It can look different, but that is fundamentally irrelevant. If we now change the ratio value, something happens that we don't like and that we can't use, but it does happen. To transpose by a semitone, we set the ratio to 1 and then go into Edit User Curve. Here we create a user curve. I have already prepared this a bit. It is important that for the input, the value 1 is 0 and 8 is 127. The first value is when the switch is off and 8 is 127 when the switch is on. We also need to define a suitable output for this. The values in between are irrelevant for our task. The logic is not entirely clear to me yet, but if I take 48 as the output and 1 as the ratio, then I have exactly one semitone. If I remove the Assign button now, I am back to a half step lower on piano 1. I can now adjust piano 1 by a semitone using the Assign button. The second one I had already raised by a semitone, so that fits with the Assign button. I will now simply change it to 2 semitones, or better yet, directly to 4 semitones. Then I go back into the first piano sound, go back under Mod Control, and change the ratio to 4, because I am at 4 semitones and 1 is a semitone. Of course, we can also do this with the Assign 2 button. We will simply assign it a half step down. For this I will first lower the second piano by a half step to have a comparison later, and I will program the first one back to Assign 2 so that I can transpose it in both directions. Although we are transposing down directly by 2 semitones, now we go back to the first piano, assigning the node shift this time with the Assign button 2, just as we did earlier with Assign button 1. So you see we can use multiple controllers for one source, that's not a problem at all. Then we set the ratio to -2 to transpose down by 2 semitones and use the user curve that we created earlier as the basis, so user curve 1. Actually, it's not that difficult. To summarize again, if I want to change the transpose using the Assign button, I go to the pitch area on node shift, assign it, and then adjust the user curve accordingly as I showed earlier. And now, using both Assign buttons, it is possible to control 2 different transpose values, resulting in a total of 3 different notes per key. Yes, I hope I was able to help you a little. You also learned something. I would be very happy about a subscription, and click the bell so you don't miss anything. Until next time.